Okay, let's see, what were we up to today? To begin with, let me first check how are the sound levels. Let me first check. Sounds good to me. To be honest, might actually benefit from some music in the background. So, how is our little project? Let's run the project. Let's see. Fetch place for using Maps API, pass new marker. Data down from map instead of getting local storage. This, I wonder if it's a quick fix. Let's see. Cool. We have a project. That should do the trick. So, here's our little project that we're working on, living also at fpvtips.com. Sure. Okay. Looking good. Let's see that ticket here about the pass new marker data down from new marker data down from map instead of getting from local storage. So look at the implementation of the map component. It relies the legend not so much, but the marker itself, actually even that logic is not in here. So that's actually here in the map component. Set that new marker just in stringify. Okay, and the page that uses that component is FPV map page. Map. How is that the only local storage reference? So, because the rest of it lives in the submit form, doesn't it? Yeah. So when we're handling form submit, the way we get the new marker data is by reading a key from local storage and then cleaning up local storage. We can now, because the submit form is a child element of the map component, we can now just pass it onto here, the current place, and then we actually don't need that implementation anymore. Here where we set the state of the on click of the new marker, that could still stay. So just for testing purposes, the way things look now, let's actually try to have those side by side, even though the view will get quite narrow. But here are in local storage the two keys. Here's some cache, here's some weather. Oh, we don't even have the space because I haven't clicked, but if I click, then we have the new marker data. And this is kind of like what we wanna lose. So if I don't set local storage here, we just have the data set into new marker, and then in submit form we're gonna have a new marker prop, which will be equal to this state new marker. Then submit form has to pick up on that, and instead of getting from local storage, we're gonna get from props. Since here we're extracting and setting data from state, I wonder if I should create states from props here. Yeah, because JSON parse blah blah blah. This is just an object that has latitude and longitude. Form. Technically, it doesn't even need to live in form, but we can streamline with this component where new marker. Let's just get it immediately if it exists. We need to do some checkups and validations. And I think we need to, let's see, extraction, no, certain date, this that state. To be honest, we don't even need to destructure from here to do like double destructurings. We're just gonna do this state new marker, get from that large chart, then apply these, and then the rest can be cleared. And so now if we delete this element, refresh the page, click, we no longer see anything in local storage. And the way to test that would be my FPV spot testing. What features does this spot have? Trees, beach area. These are not required fields. Can I read property lat of undefined? State new marker. Let's see. This dot props. I might have to spread it. I have a feeling. Let's see. Oh. Let me see. Handle form submit. Only these are required fields, right? Search property let of undefined. Wait, what? What do we get for undefined? Yeah. This state new marker. We know let's see if submit form actually sends that's not gonna cut it. Let's try this, and let's try these React tools. Markers, new marker is now. If I click new marker is not now, but it's an object. I think oh shoot. Was this saved actually? Paper with styles. Modo, that's like way down. The props on the submit form. With the new marker that has let lang. This dot props new marker. Cool. And basically, why is it not creating state from it? Do we need to spread the here the data? Find this a bit surprising if it would be the case, but why is it undefined? new marker. It has it in props. At this point already I should have it in the state for submit form. Oh, is it because I'm doing the wrong thing here? Because I'm within the object, within the state object, so why am I saying this? Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. It's actually in form. I forgot about that. Has it been here the entire time? Probably clearly not. Yeah, so I'm just accessing it in the wrong way. And of course that's why it doesn't exist, because it's not this.state new marker, it's this.state.form. In which case now things should work quite properly. Again, no, there should be no more local storage stuff, and I should be able to save this spot. Boom. Cool. And let me check in the Firebase console that the spot got saved. Maps. Yeah, looks good. Just one more spot. Because we're never resetting it. So here where we do the reset, after saving we kind of want to reset the marker. So marker 1, M1, submit, worked, it did save. Now let's do another one, M2 or whatever, boom. Let us know that's a bit of form, because props are only being passed down once on construction, and we need to update from state. So in a way you kind of want to manage state for that, which means that the easiest way to do that would be if nothing else depends on the on-click event except for this code, which is quite straightforward. We want to move that code here. That's it. State new marker. Submit form. New marker passes state once into this prop, and then this prop always on construction picks up from prop, but once you reset it, it has no way of picking up the thing. I'm just wondering, because there was no way of seeing that issue beforehand, and I'm wondering if simplifying the local storage thing is such an improvement really in that sense. I think we're gonna throw this one away and move on to some other more meaningful stuff. Because again, the hard part is updating this prop on state change. I can test to see if it does pick up the new one, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Because what happens is that now everything instantiates correctly, but now this is no. Yeah, now this is no. And so we kind of want to delegate. I wonder there was this React method to receive props, because if we go one up, kind of curious if the props for this update. Yeah, the props for this updated actually from state. So there has to be a solution to create new state. Let me see. Sounds like a common problem anyway. Upon initialize state from props. Sure. Well, because these props are getting also updated. Another way is instead of another way is if here where we're updating we can say first item is here, submits okay, second item is here, submits okay, problem solved. We also need to make sure that the items have different coordinates, but they do. Let's get like dramatically different. Yeah. However, now the only downside is that if the user doesn't click again, he can add the same spot, which is not entirely very accurate. But that's not even such a big deal. This seems to work. Yeah. So here and here we have some changes. You don't need the local storage implementation. You can also clean up some stuff here. Jobs, blah, 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 implement the loading spinner. Yeah, we might want to look into that at some point. Render. La la la. This looks good. Looks good to me. Let's review. Cool. Fetch place. Can we do that one also today? That would be really cool. Fetch place photo using the Maps Place API. We have most of the work there. Let's see if said API agrees with us. But basically we want to populate a picture in photos, at least one, maybe more, with from the Google Places API based on the location. Should be pretty easy. Let me see. Wondering if I'm seeing Google Place API is one touch point. Here we have some information in the ticket. Search icons and libraries with photos. Looks useful. Photo references. So key we need to pass. A string from either place or place responses. Cool. That's one way. Now this is to get a static map. Street view places. I think street view is too much. New brands changes when you actually, I wonder if Street View is too much, because maybe it's not. Because it needs the key. That's interesting. Map gets in there. Video cameras and links. Here's where our photos live. We can probably use the same grid component, I would say. As we have for the videos. With the difference being, we're gonna tweak the gap in these columns, styles, but then current place data. Where is that current place data coming from? Oh no. From props. to begin with. Connected. Okay. Of course, we need to make some sort of request, and then map component is what passes to tabs current place data from this state current place. Which it receives initially from the first marker, but then on state change from clicks. That comes from the marker data, which we have available here. So in a way, for each, we have two options. We can also store that data here and pass it down, or we can untie that data from here and decouple it, which is probably what we're gonna do, so that we can contain it for now. As a method in tabs. Then again, I don't know, I kind of feel like I should pass it down. Yeah, let's pass it down into photos. But here, where we actually know about current place data, which we get from state, for the sake of testing, I wanna sake of testing, I'm gonna implement something here on on-click, where we're gonna fetch maybe from this endpoint. We have another, the open weather map contains a good example for how to do fetch and process some JSON. So let's snatch that from here. Fetch current place photos is a function. It's gonna do something, and it's gonna hit this API. this MPI endpoint. This is something we can figure out. Latitude and longitude, we can take these from. Technically we want to take those from the current place, state. And this function also never runs. Oopsie. Which current place for us? Here on click test. Let's run it on click. And let's have a look-see. Now on click we're logging the current place. Because those are unrelated. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Video links. This doesn't have. But what we can do is exactly that. Based on the latitude longitude, we can fire up a request to get some pictures. Street view. Select a project. I might have to set up a billing account for that feature. Wondering, that's one way. The other way is fetching pictures from maps. At the end of the day, we're building an app for FPV drone pilots, so I don't know even if these photos from that spot would actually provide that much value. It would be nice if people submit videos of their flights at the spot. And if they submit videos, photos, sure, let's have those too. But then videos are easy because they're just links to YouTube videos. Photos could be hosted where? Instagram links? Would that work without an API? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it work? Let me have a look. Can I access that picture without an account? So no. My use case for maps. Anyway, I'm gonna need to get a maps API key anyway to get the other stuff in, but anyway. So if I paste in an Instagram picture, we can actually see it. I think that's cool. So these photos and videos, we're gonna make sure that we could still call them photos and videos, but it'll be Instagram pictures. So in photos, if I look at the map component, can I revert the entire thing? Because there's gonna be no fetching. Yeah. In tabs. For the sake of testing, can I drop in here an image, the source of this test thing? Did that even work? Kinda thought so. Probably requires let's see, an API key for Instagram. Instagram embedding with your site. Blah 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 blah. Bidding for developers. You provide ways to programmatically add Instagram post to your page. Blah 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 blah. Simple. Neither requires an access token or client ID. Hallelujah. Here is some API. Here's some response with a thumbnail and stuff. But that's for backend stuff. Can I just do it like on the... Given a short link, issues a redirect to that media's JPG file. do that. Cool, that works as a charm. So what is the deal then? Cool. And with size you can specify what size it is. The desired support values are T, thumbnail me, medium and L large. Defaults to M. Okay. Not planning to remember those, so defaults to medium. So let's do the whole thing. Because I'm about to remove that. This is default. So if I remove this, we should get the medium element. Cool. That's a pretty decent picture. Don't mind the broken design, but that's it. That's a pretty decent picture. We can work with that. So now we just need people will provide probably URLs like so. We just need to append /media at the end, I assume. If I look at another picture, it's instagram.com/p. Yeah, and then the identifier of the picture. I just need to append /media and make the request. That's a straightforward thingy. Let's get this done then. Couple of things. So we're gonna have a current place .photos. Yeah, makes sense, because by default these elements that we're rendering now, they have worst come to worst an empty array, so we don't really rely. I will restore though the check, because I find that nicer. If anything, the video component should have the same type of check. Let's then do that. Photo index, and then for each of those, return an image where the images will point I don't even need to write a component for that, to be honest, because yeah, it's so simple. But the images will point to here, and the photo part is the part that comes all the way up to here. And what I can do, what is the more common, if somebody just takes an Instagram link to a picture, like for example this, here is an ugly link. If I just, obviously I cannot append anything to that, so I need to remove the search part of it. I need a component, I think, because we're gonna have a component here. Let's see, what does the video component take? Obviously it takes in a key. Obviously it takes in a source. The rest of the stuff we don't really care about. This is what we need to return. This needs to be cleaned up. Photo component doesn't exist, so let's change that. There's a lot of work that video wrappers and whatnot that's not needed. Image style image, video frame, don't really need load, no, there's no state, no need to load anything. Handle click, no need for that, just render and from props get source. Actually, I don't think we need any of that, but let's see. Base key of source, otherwise return full source, new URL of source, video ID, full URL, search split. This is the part where we're gonna strip the ampersand. And I'm gonna paste paste here this information that I have. I'm gonna move it here. Not sure we need these. Here we're gonna have to do some stuff. Double click. Move it to the image, otherwise do that. There is no condition really, and there is no fragment. An image. Oh, okay, we can do it like that. One image, this is frame. No. Source is not gonna be pointing to YouTube, it's gonna be pointing elsewhere, and title doesn't exist. Cool. Now in tabs we can import that's not being used. Import the photo component. Shouting to me about these guys. Let's see. No photos. Had there been one photo? Oh wow, we're not fetching anything right now. Because before we do whatever, video links. Photo links. I don't know why the other ones have it like so, but for now this is just my mock testing data to work with. The first item that loads is the 0th item, I think. This one. So in this guy we can give it a correct link, and I think the raw link could be anything, could be this, could be this, probably could be other things, so we need to make sure that we strip it. And append media at the end. We also need at this point to restart our GraphQL server so it can pick up the changes. Photo links is also something that we name those differently because oh, we're not even querying for them yet because video links. Let's see if we can even query for that data. Video links, photo links. Cool. Cool. Pass it down in maps. We'll pass the whole node as it comes. Down to tabs, and in tabs we receive the whole current place. Whereas we want to do current place, photo links, map, and then pass through our index and the photo itself. Now in the photo component, property index of undefined. Before we continue any further, variety is not defined, of course. Let's start with my dummy. This is what I want my final result to be. Looking good. And it gives me in console log something. That link is hard-coded, obviously, and not refreshed from state. Cool. For your new URL of source, let's say I'm being passed this. that point we're good to just add media, and now we have a fully constructed URL that we can use, in which case the source of this will just be equal to full URL href. There's something about maybe some of them are missing the fields. Let's see. Oh, I'm still using the hard code. Okay. I'm really not sure if we need these. I have a feeling that we don't. We might need some. Junior class 19. Oh, let's go, please. Source photo links. Source from this dot props. No source, return no. Otherwise, we're doing a bunch of stuff. And then we're returning an image. for a fact that I have photo links array in all the markers. Wherever we update the data, complete this dot props. What gives it two tabs from map? Current place, date, this state, current place. On child, click this state, current place, child props, and so whenever I click a marker, you should tell me. But the child props doesn't have the... maybe it's just a caching issue. I think it's just a caching issue. Because the child doesn't have the photo links at all. Where did these child props come from? Marker. Here it is. Now ideally everything should be working. Cool. Can we like put two different pictures or something? Yeah, one is with ugliness, so the other one is like so. Here is another one, a third one, and here this one will have two. One, two pictures. One. None, two, one. Cool. Of course the design is broken and stuff, but the functionality is in place now. The map is logging on click. You can still leave it, but I think that's that. Let's see. Fetch place photo using maps place. Number 4. this is number 4. That will require some styling, sure. That's why I'm not gonna remove stout components. Actually, I'm not sure if we need the div or not. Let's see. Because we're using grid, we shouldn't have to need it, but it does center things because it makes them block. Okay, we're gonna leave the div. Some sort of a wrapper, but these need styling anyway. Tabs, clean these things up, add conditional, looks good. I think with that we can wrap up today's stream. Close the issue. This feature is done, and then yeah, most of the V1 functionality is actually starting to be ready. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's stream. Catch you again next time.